and I paste it in wherever I want. Refresh, and we're already live. Now, even a small, thank you. Now, even a small site like this one can benefit from search. I can do that with the Google Custom Search element. I'll go to google.com/webelements, click the Custom Search element, and right now, I don't need to do anything more. The Custom Search element will automatically configure itself to search just the content of my site. So all I have to do is copy, and I think you're seeing the pattern here. Paste, and the search box appears. I'll do a test search. Looks good. However, since the custom search element is built on top of the Ajax search APIs, I can apply the styling rules and custom JavaScript however I like to make it fit my site. I move the search box over here, and there we go. So I've added maps, news, and search all in about 3 minutes. And my site's certainly more dynamic, but I'd like to make it more interactive. I'd like to make it social. I can do that with the Google Conversation element. The Google Conversation element allows visitors to my site to post comments and videos and hold a conversation about whatever topic I choose. So in fact, I will choose Google I/O as a topic. And I will copy the code. I will paste it into the site. And I will refresh. And our conversation is live. Hello, Google. Oops. Google I/O. So we've seen, just using copy and paste, adding search, news, maps, and conversations to the website thanks to Google Web Elements. Google Web Elements are available today at google.com/webelements. Thank you. Thank you, Vic.
Copy-paste development. We think that's really going to make it easier. Next, I'd like to talk about Android. Eric mentioned it in his opening remarks. We couldn't be happier with the progress that we've made in a little over just half a year since Android's been introduced. In those brief few months, we've had 3 versions out, including the latest version last week of the Android 1.5 SDK. We've had 10 carriers and available in over 12 countries. Over 4,900 apps, almost 5,000 apps, including apps like the one we demonstrated on Android earlier, using the powerful capability of its browser. And on average, we're seeing users of Android download over 40 apps to their device. And so the ecosystem is really working. Browser share is just fantastic and fun to watch. And we thank you for your support. What we'd like to do next, though, is show you a sneak peek into what's coming next on Android. And for that, I'd like to invite up Roman G. Roman, please, why don't you show us what's coming next?
Thank you, Vic. With Android 1.5 now live, the Android team is already hard at work on the next version of Android, and we codenamed it Donut. You may have heard of it on the web already. And today, I want to show you 2 exciting new features that will ship as part of Donut. First, we want to make search more useful and more powerful, both for users and developers alike. For users, we want them to be able, from a single query, to be able to search the web, their contacts, their bookmarks, their application, and their music. But let me show you what it looks like. So here I have an Android device. And on my home screen, when I click the search widget, I can initiate a new search. And if I start typing, the device automatically looks for my applications or my contacts. We can also look for web results. So if we're hungry for pizza, and the 3G is working, we can search the web for that. But we decided that the search UI could be a lot more than that. The search UI can also act as a brand new launcher for you as a user. Every time I click a search result, the system remembers what I did with that search result. And the more I use my device, the more the device will know about me, about what I do every day, about my common tasks. And what happens is every time I start a new search, I get pre-populated results. So here, for instance, last time I did a search, I clicked the calendar application, and I see here the result that matters to me on a day-to-day basis. So this is going to be an awesome feature, because I know that in this part of the UI, I will always have access to the thing that matters to me as a user. But there's more. We want this search UI to become a powerful tool for your applications. And with just a few lines of code, your application can populate more results in the search UI. And I have a simple example here. I wrote an application for myself. It's just a list of books I've read. And I wanted to be able to quickly search my library from the home screen. So with just a couple lines of XML, I'm now able to add my search results to this UI. And if I type the name of one of my favorite authors, I can see his books appearing in my search UI. And you can see search results from the web, more books, and more web results. So we're really excited about this feature because you guys are creating the content. You have the application. You have content that the Android platform doesn't have. And we can't wait to see what you're going to do with it and what you're going to put in this UI. Next, we wanted to add a new API, something that you developers have widely requested. In Android 1.5, we introduced a new speech recognition API that lets you control the device without any physical interaction. Now, the problem is the device cannot interact with you. So we're introducing a new text-to-speech API that lets the device read text to you or give you results or turn-by-turn navigation if you're writing a GPS application. And I have a simple demo here. We modified the translate application that you can find on the Android market, and we added the text-to-speech API. So for instance, here, if I want to translate a sentence from English to French, and I click the translate button,
Bienvenue à San Francisco.
The device reads the sentence to me. And we're shipping, we're going to ship Donut with several voice packs for different languages. So in any language, the user will get the right accent, so they will be able to understand what the device is saying perfectly. So for instance, in German,
Willkommen in San Francisco.
or even in English. As you can see, we have two different versions of
Welcome to
English.
San Francisco.
So we're really excited. We're really excited about these APIs because we know that you guys are going to do great things with it. But it gets even better. We're shipping a new text-to-speech API in Donut, but we're also going to ship the text-to-speech engine. And thanks to SVox, that engine will be open source. So as part of the Android platform, any Android device will have an open source text-to-speech engine of high quality like you just heard right now. Finally, I want to show you a small experiment that we've been working on in the Android team. We recognize that sometimes finding a specific item in a long list of data, for instance, I have several hundred contacts, and finding one item in that list can be pretty painful. So we have different solutions to address that issue. We have search on the home screen. You can filter your list when you're in a contact application. We have a fast scroll widget, many different ways to do it. But we wanted something new, something more interesting, and that was a little more fun to use. So I have a small demo for you here. Wouldn't it be cool if I could just launch my contact application and start drawing on the screen to filter my list? And I can keep going, and the device just recognizes the handwriting and filters the list. Instead of filtering, if you prefer, you can simply jump to an item. So for instance, in the music application, I can jump directly to a certain position in the list. We care about the user experience, but we also care about the developer experience. And we hope that with those new APIs that we're introducing in Donuts, there will be more, you are going to come up with awesome applications that will make Android a more exciting platform. Thank you, Vic.
Thank you very much, Ramon. Well, folks, we covered quite a bit of ground. First of all, you heard about our call to action for HTML, Google's commitment to make applications that are HTML5 exploitive, and we hope you join us. We talked about App Engine being opened up for Java signups. We gave you a sneak peek at GWT and what's coming next in the next version there. We introduced Google Web Elements, copy, paste, development. And finally, we gave you a sneak peek at what's coming next in Android. We have 3 more things and one final